Hi, everyone. So yeah, I have the unenviable position of standing in between this and the afternoon coffee break. So here we go. So yeah, um, today I'm talking about personalities in chatbot. Let me go back. So just for some background, I'm the director of analytics at Reprise and Ansible. I've been with the IPG Media Brands umbrella for the past 8 years and spent the past 2 years developing and refining bot measurement plans across mostly automotive, pharmaceutical, and the food and beverage spaces. We're doing a lot more now. In fact, I recently returned from paternity leave. I had a baby 2 months ago, and just to see the number of bots in the pipeline right now is just crazy as upon my return. Um, so this is kind of bridging the gap of a lot of the themes that we heard earlier today about personality, personality, personality. I wanted to bring up three key examples of some of the bots that we've built that have totally distinct personalities that are suited to the function that they provide. So this is a graphic that came out with the message recently of the iMessaging expansion. So messaging is now the new platform. Bots are the new apps. So with this in mind, it's definitely fair to say that a bot's personality is going to play a huge role in defining the overall personality of a brand. As the bots continue to play this role, whether it's for brand awareness, driving leads, providing customer service, the personality is going to reflect what you want to drive with your bot. And obviously, it's strongly influenced by the intent of the bot. So I'm going to go right into some of our case studies here. So already brought up before the ZIMABot. So Zima came back for a limited engagement last summer from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And it will be coming back again this summer. We had a lot of fun building this bot. So whether or not you like Zima is a different story, but if you don't recall Zima, it was a beverage from the 90s that went away. And they brought it back last summer. And basically, the bot awoke from the 90s, kind of like an Encino Man type thing, or maybe to put it in a little more relevant terms, like Kimmy Schmidt or something like that. So so it was a limited engagement. They wanted to renew the awareness, and really, because it was such a short flight, we had to be very agile and iterative to analyze and adjust copy to direct the conversation as needed. So here we're seeing an example. Basically, this is in the technology category. So people are talking about technology they never heard of. It doesn't know what an iPhone is. Is that like a car phone? It actually even pokes fun of the platform itself, the messenger platform. It's like, is that like AIM or something? And what was kind of cool is there was a ton of really fun 90s content in here, whether it was 90s quizzes. It would ask what your favorite type of music was and generate 90s playlists. But above all, the primary function of this bot was a store locator. So you can find out where you can go pick up your Zima if you wanted it. I mean, a lot of people had a lot of fun with it. This actually was another bot that we found had a lot of, I want to say, not safe for work content, whether it was images or text. So we did have to create an intent purely for vulgarity. And we actually had fun in the images. So when we noticed that some of these images were coming in, we decided to add a functionality into a bot called a Zelfie, where where the user could actually, we wanted to direct the attention away from some of the bad images and say, hey, send in a selfie, and you could pick this cool 90s background, and you could share it to social media or share it to the Zima page. And yeah, that got a lot of good traction, and the users really, really seemed to enjoy that. So that was something that kind of got added halfway through the flight, and yeah, and it had quite a bit of very positive feedback. Yeah, so moving right along, I'm going to go on to the next case study, which was Kia's NIROBot. So around Super Bowl 2017, Kia launched the first hybrid crossover utility vehicle. So in line with this new type of vehicle, they wanted some flashy, some new tech to promote this. So prior to the launch of the vehicle, we created a bot that had this very sassy personality. Basically, there were some Easter eggs in there. How fast does the Niro go? Basically, fast enough to keep up with your lifestyle and the speed limit. The Easter egg to tell me a joke, and it brings up the Guinness World Record holder. It actually did set the record for the lowest fuel consumption by a hybrid vehicle. Aside from that, I mean, talking about cars could be very dry. I mean, how many questions can you ask about cargo space? It had witty responses like, well, big enough to fit, blah, 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 but then it did obviously expand on that. And it did drive you to the car configurator, the dealer locator, and all the other lower funnel activities that you would want the bot to bring you to. And this was on.com. Yeah, so this actually made Chatbots Magazine 30 of the best Facebook bots to chat with. And we actually launched their Super Bowl ad via the bot. So during that time, we were getting 150K interactions per week during the Super Bowl campaign, which was kind of cool. And so now the last one that I want to bring up, and this one's actually, as of tomorrow, it'll be 3 weeks since launch. And this is for ACUVUE, the contact lenses. And this one's actually kind of near and dear to my heart. I wear glasses. I've always worn glasses, and I've really never considered wearing contact lenses. After working on this project, I am strongly considering next time I go to my eye care professional to bring up the idea of maybe trying out contacts. So the cool thing about Alex, number one, this is the first spot that we're actually giving a name to. And that's, I think, important now going forward, whether it's a male name, a female name. I've read some articles where, most bot names are skewing female. Alex is something that could kind of go either way. So it's cool. But what it is, I call it empathetic education. So it's a bot that kind of, it feels for you. It knows you're going through a rough time. Your vision is going, or you need to go to an eye doctor, and it's kind of like, yeah, I've been through that. I know it's tough, but you know what? Let me walk you through it. Let me walk you through what you have to prepare for when you're going to an eye exam. And so some of the questions you might want to ask. Let the doctor know that you're considering contact lenses. It addresses a lot of fears. So if you want to learn more, it's going to reinforce that. It knows that it's saying you're going to love wearing contact lenses. I can tell you about life with contacts. If you have any issues, I'm kind of not sure how to remove them. So it'll give you a video, some rich content on how to remove them. And then I just threw in, but I'm scared. And it kind of plays the role. I get it. It's not an easy thing, but you know what? After a little while, you're going to be a pro. So it serves a lot of functions. First, on the onboarding. So basically searching the type of lens type that's right for you by your condition, whether you're nearsighted, have an astigmatism like I do, or some other conditions, presbyopia. It'll walk you through the type of conditions. So I actually brought up the case of the astigmatism because that's what I have. And I was diagnosed with an astigmatism when I was like 5 years old in kindergarten. So I've been wearing glasses my whole life. And when I went to the eye doctor for the first time, he basically said, Well, due to the astigmatism, you're never going to be able to wear contacts. And through advances, I know that's totally not the case anymore. So it kind of normalizes it. It says, astigmatism sounds like a disease, but it's really, really a normal condition. So it describes what it is and also goes into your lens options, knowing that with an astigmatism, you actually need a contact that's going to stay in place. It can't slide around. Other conditions will allow your contact to slide around. So it kind of explains that to you, gives you some more info, and then basically shows you how there's other ways you can go in and get a free trial, a rebate, so on and so forth. So this is one path of this bot. There's another path, which is the subscription path. And that's for someone who is a contact wearer. So what that does is that is an opt-in, and it'll do a 7-day, a 14-day, and a 30-day check-in, just to see, how are you doing? How's it working out? You having any trouble? And it'll walk you through some of the pain points that you may have with that. So yeah, it's a very caring bot. It understands that it's something that is new to you, may not be something that you're used to, or be comfortable with, but it kind of really, really tries to help you through the process. Yeah, so I can open it up to any questions now. Oh, one other thing before the question. So the NIROBot for Kia is sunset on Messenger now, but lives on Google Home and Alexa.
So you mentioned at the introduction that you were doing pharmaceutical use cases. Do you go into how to use those contact lenses, for example, user instructions?
So we get all of that information from the brands, and we do some research on our own, but yeah, a lot of that information is provided by the brands themselves. I'm sorry?
Do you have a drug use case in the public domain already?
Aside from the ACUVUE?
It's not a drug.
Oh, so yeah, so we have a Zyrtec Alexa skill and Google Home skill. I mean, that's not really pharma, but it's I guess, kind of relevant now that it's allergy season. So it's built off of their AllergyCast app. So you can basically go, hey Alexa, talk to Zyrtec AllergyCast, and it'll be like, what's my allergy cast for today? So what that does is it'll tell you the pollen count in your area, but then it'll also tell you what your allergy impact is. So based on the pollens that are active at that point, and some other data sources. So it could be wind, it could be what other people are reporting on social platforms. So we bring in some other data points, and even though the pollen count may be 8.6, your allergy cast could be a lot lower. It might be like a 4. So it'll be like, your eyes might not be that itchy today. You may not need to take a pill. And then it also checks in to be, so how are you feeling today? And if you're like, really nasally or my eyes are dripping, it'll offer suggestions like that too. So there's an intent for feeling good and an intent for feeling bad.
Great, thank you very much.